Top 10 retch-inducing kitchens on Kitchen Nightmares.
Keller's juice.
Yeah.
Pleased to meet you. Gordon, tell him in a really nice way.
Yeah.
Your food is shit.
Number 10. Dylan's. To be fair, the episode didn't exactly show Gordon throwing up, but just by looking at the state of the kitchen, it's not hard to imagine for him to do so.
Looks like it's been plastered with hospital linen. That's where the customers go after they come out of this restaurant.
I mean, I personally think that the producers of the show didn't think that vomiting on air wasn't a good idea. Anyway, this episode aired on season 2, so they were understandably a bit cautious. Anyway, the state of the kitchen was horrendous. The fly tape seemed like they haven't been changed ever, the chickens and the burgers were turning green with mold, there was flies buzzing around everywhere, including the dining room.
Another fly. Huh?
Is this normal?
Yes, it is.
And of course, the usual grease and grime you would expect from the show. And then the walls ooze green slime! Oh wait, no, they always do that. However, things got much worse as Gordon went down to the basement where he finally found where the flies were breeding. In the salad that he was served for lunch. Oh! Furthermore, there were cockroaches and rat droppings everywhere. The filth was so bad that Gordon had to call a team of professional cleaners complete with hazmat suits to sterilize everything. Number 9. Fiesta Sunrise. Now, despite the title, this is not the first time you'll see Fiesta Sunrise on Kitchen Nightmare's worst list, and I guarantee you this will not be the last. Let's just put it this way, the state of this restaurant is so horrible you'll be glad you weren't in Gordon's shoes. Or his apron. Or even his mindset at the time. Now the episode does begin as usual, with the food tasting. Upon entering the restaurant, Gordon found it odd that the customers are offered free shots of tequila as soon as they enter. Honestly, that's just sketch in the first degree. He quickly realized that the reason why when he tasted the food, saying that only drunk people will eat there. That is a pretty low blow, actually. Then came the kitchen inspection where he saw greasy sauces, slimy chicken with the color of unripe avocado, moldy steaks, and pork wrapped in foil. Oh, and fish that were so old they looked like they were mummified. Tasty. Ew. The chicken was so bad and slimy that one sniff made Gordon retch. The final straw, however, happened when, of course, Gordon inspected the walk-in freezer, where he found day-old or probably week-old food stored in buckets next to raw ingredients which cross-contaminated everything. When Gordon found a bucket of beans which had the consistency of mixed concrete, he carried the heavy bucket to the shocked diners and announced that he was shutting down the kitchen.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry, but we're stopping service.
Number 8. Oceana. Gordon Ramsay knows that every time he films an episode of Kitchen Nightmares, he's in for a war. A war that he honestly wins most of the time. That holds especially true with the Oceana, where Gordon constantly butted heads with one of the owners and the executive chef. First off, he was shocked to find out that the duck that he ate was probably a month old, and the worst thing about it is the executive chef had the gall to lie about it. Then came the dreaded kitchen inspection. The kitchen that, according to the owner, had never been given a thorough cleaning. Ever. Some other gross things done in the kitchen were a warmer that is not warm, containing some sort of sauce that has gone off milky crab, trust me, that is not good, and shrimp that was so rotten Gordon threw up with just a sniff of it. Hilariously, he threw up right in front of the executive chef. Oh, and as a cherry on top, he found 3 dead mice in the kitchen. Finally, the owner came to his senses and promptly fired the irresponsible executive chef.
Oh my holy.
Number 7. Spanish Pavilion. When it comes to the Spanish Pavilion, one can describe the state of the kitchen in just a couple of words. Dead and rotten. In Gordon's own words, the only thing fresh in that kitchen is the pigeon that is flying around pooping all over the place. This restaurant prides itself for serving live lobsters that customers can choose themselves for a tank in the dining room. That is some seriously morbid stuff, actually. Hey look, Frank over there got served to that fat guy over there. Let's watch him get eaten and then get eaten ourselves. Unfortunately, on the day of the inspection, Gordon discovered a dead lobster in the tank, contaminating all the other lobsters. On top of that, the head chef admitted to putting the dead lobsters in the freezer, and they're the ones that he's been using for the lobster bisque. That fact alone can make anyone nauseous. To add to that, the 2 huge freezers in this place are stored to the brim with chicken, beef, and of course, dead lobsters. Oh, and what could possibly be the coup de grace? Gordon found a dead and rotting lobster happily swimming in the sauce that he ate for lunch. Ow. Number 6. Hannah and Mason's. Valentine's Day, the most romantic day of the year. Unfortunately for the staff, management, and customers of Hannah and Mason's, it turned out to be a Valentine's Day massacre. Eh? See what we did there? You'll get it eventually. Now, first you have 2 chefs-owners who couldn't be more different from each other. One is passionate and headstrong, the other one is laid back and just downright doesn't care. Unfortunately, 2 owners that are polar opposites of each other can and will bring a restaurant down. You can definitely see that in the state of this restaurant's kitchen. There was a dessert tray full of food that looks like they've been made a week ago.
Dear, oh dear. Is that ready to go out, that?
No, sir. Display purposes only.
Seriously? What the f is that?
It's apple cobbler.
When was that made?
Well, it's anyone's guess, Chef. I mean, not more than a week ago. And
Holy shit.
What made it worse was one of those dessert items were served to a customer. He also found something in the dessert tray that the chef thought was old bread pudding. Further investigation by Gordon, which involved in scooping the gunk out with his fingers, showed that it wasn't bread pudding, but it was rotten, bubbling shrimp. At this point, Gordon decided to inspect the freezers, and he immediately almost wished he hadn't. Moldy and rotting food, general filth, and worst of all, cooked chicken stored in the same tray as raw chicken. Gordon definitely had enough and decided to shut everything down. Number 5. The Secret Garden. It takes a lot to make Gordon Ramsay throw up. This restaurant's kitchen was so bad, Gordon only needed to step into the walk-in freezer to have a vomiting fit. The Secret Garden has a French head chef that says that he had worked for some of the top chefs in the US, but judging by the state of his kitchen, it really isn't that obvious. Honestly, I've been watching this show for a very long time, and this is the only time I've seen mold go so bad and unchecked that it infested not only the food, but the freezer as well. Gordon even told all the people he trained under in the past would be embarrassed to see a kitchen in that state. It's good that Gordon did the inspection before dinner service, quite unusual for him since he normally does this during dinner. He ordered the staff to do a thorough cleaning of everything before dinner service even started, though.
Wait, what do you mean? How much money have you made in 7 years?
Sorry, it's a big question. You need to make it smaller.
How much profit have you made in 1 year?
Number 4. Finn McCool's. Now, I've seen Gordon Ramsay throw up a lot in the show, but normally it's after he had a meal and inspected a dirty kitchen. Basically, the thought of him having eaten food coming out of a dirty kitchen upsets his stomach. At this restaurant, he threw up literally after taking a couple of bites of the shepherd's pie. The food has to be really, really bad for Gordon to react this way, and he said the pie was greasy and the taste was more akin to cough syrup rather than shepherd's pie. A quick inspection of the kitchen later revealed the reason why. When he raided the fridge, he saw what seems to be a pre-cooked shepherd's pie rotting away next to a moldy canned artichoke. Add to that the usual tropes that you see in Wretch, including kitchens like meat gone bad, grease, dirty oil, and filth everywhere, and, well, we have a recipe for disaster. Expectedly, Gordon ordered the entire family to do a thorough cleaning of the kitchen before dinner service. So even though the food was bad, dinner guests would not have a vomiting fit like Gordon had. Number 3. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I can't keep doing this. This list is disgusting. Oh, it's making me sick to my stomach. You know what? Let's keep the last 3 under wraps for now. We're gonna put them in a different video to make it even more exciting, so that way you'll just be even more tense about it. That's our video for today, everybody. If you liked the video, let us know in the comments below. And if you would truly like to know the last 3, let us know and we'll make a video about it. With that said, have a great day. Laters.